Somebody's watching you. Somebody's watching you.
Schools are not on your side and they are not your friend. And you need to understand that, okay? You're going to have to build that skill at home because teachers often don't do a good job teaching reading comprehension. You're probably going to have to do that. If you're going to work at my school, 2 criteria you must meet. Or I don't want your resume. You can burn that shit, okay? The first one, you cannot be sexually confused working at my school. Okay? I'm gonna be clear. Okay? Ain't nothing politically correct about me. Okay? I don't do Hollywood consciousness. I do grassroots consciousness. Okay? If you confuse, stay on the other side until you are unconfused. Okay? Rule number 2. If you are living with, sleeping with, baby mama, baby daddy, engaged or married to someone who's not an African, you cannot work at my school. 4th person test your child, which is probably me, and I'm going to give them the accurate diagnosis. Ain't been to hell taught and lazy as hell. Okay? That's normally what it is for our children. 85% of the children I test, and I test every race, color, and creed, but of course I'm focused on my own community, but 85% of the kids I test have nothing wrong with them. Nothing. They lazy as hell, and the parents are too. 85% of them. He can't read. Sure, he can read. He chooses not to learn, and there's no consequences at home when he doesn't try. There's no consequences at school when he doesn't try. And the worst thing for a black child to have is a lazy teacher and a lazy parent. Worst thing they can have. Neither adult in their life gives a shit. Excuse my French. That's the worst combination you can have. And a lot of our children have that combination. They have a lazy parent at home, and they got a lazy teacher in school. Stop giving them the keys to your child's coffin. I would never tell them that. If you unemployed, you don't tell them that. I got 3 jobs. Because if you say you home during the day, and this is what, well, you know, I don't work till night. I'm home all day long. So if you need me to come in here and check him, oh my God, do you know what you just did? You just told these damn white during the day. Now you're going to be getting called every morning. They're going to pass their responsibility off to you. Stop telling the school your business. School is an extension of the criminal justice system. And just like any police officer, the teacher is a cop. And anything you tell the teacher can and will be used against you and your child. Stop giving them the keys to your child's coffin. I would never tell them that. If you unemployed, you don't tell them that. I got 3 jobs. Because if you say you home during the day, and this is what, well, you know, I don't work till night. I'm home all day long. So if you need me to come in here and check him, oh my God, do you know what you just did? You just told these damn white during the day. Now you're going to be getting called every morning. They're going to pass their responsibility off to you. Stop telling the school your business. School is an extension of the criminal justice system. And just like any police officer, the teacher is a cop. And anything you tell the teacher can and will be used against you and your child. Now, if you biracial, I consider you one of us. You African like the rest of us. You're not responsible for how you got here. So if your mother is white or your daddy is white, that's your business. I don't have a problem. You just as African as the rest until you prove yourself otherwise. But I want you to understand this. You are expected to fulfill the same criteria as everyone else. So even if you are biracial, you cannot be dating anyone other than an African, or you can't come either.
So many black folk running around defending white people. Well, it's not all of them. How do you know? Have you met all of them? Well, Dr. Dr. Umar, it's not always about the white man. You're right. It's about the white man, the white woman, the white child, the white grandma, the white institution, the white church, and everything else. It's about all of them.
But I would really go with the tutor, because you don't want to put your kid in special ed, because nothing good is going to come from that. Special ed is just the fast track to the school to prison pipeline.
Even if you unemployed, I wouldn't tell the school that. Where's his daddy? He's out of town right now on an assignment from his job. I would never tell the school my son's daddy is in jail. I would never. Because if they know you doing it all by yourself, they're going to put extra pressure on you to go along with special ed and medicine.
Are you aware that your bitch ass extra lip gloss, what black man puts that much shiny shit on their lips? What black man puts that much shiny shit on their lips? And then poke them out and smack them with your feminine ass. See, people was telling me for the longest time that they thought that you was on some confusion, some sexual confusion for the longest time. But see, I got receipts on that. I got receipts on that.
Even when I was principal, I had to fight black parents. I want my son tested, Dr. Johnson. For what? Learning disability. Your son is in the 3rd grade. What do you mean? I think he got a learning problem. Well, the boy only been in my school for 1 year. In the school he came from, nobody learned. They ain't made AYP since AYP started. So why don't you give me a chance to work with your son? I want him tested. I'm not testing him because it ain't nothing wrong with him. His problem is your trifling ass. Get out my office. I know why you really want him tested. You want that check. You want that crazy check. Everybody hustling a crazy check. Even the grown folks hustling a crazy check.
Your parents did a good job teaching you discipline. And some of the rest of you, your parents did not do a good job teaching you discipline. You're lazy, you're spoiled, you're shiftless, you get the whole world handed to you, okay? But
So if you say my son is in special ed for ADHD, I know that that's because you talk too much. So if you say my son is in special ed for ADHD, I know that that's because you talk too much. Oh yes, I specialize in homosexual therapy for our teenage people. Oh yes, I specialize in homosexual therapy for our teenage people.
Where's that money that he put up for that school? You'll never see it. You'll never see it. Because he not already spent it. He buys pussy for $500 a while. Ask him. $500 a while.
You can tell his mom that she needs her fingernails pulled out, because no black parent, even with, and of course, I'm a little biased because this is my field of expertise, but I don't understand how we as black parents let our kids at 5 years old, why was he being tested for an intellectual disability at 5 or 6? That is ridiculous. Like, why did they give consent? Why was consent given for that?
What's wrong with these black feminists? I support the black woman. Are you crazy? When I'm fighting in the schools, I'm helping single moms most of the time. What's going on? Then I figured it out. Somebody sent me their pictures. The top 5 feminists. And guess what they all had in common? They was all ugly. I figured out why.
You said it out loud.
I will get it. He pulled his
They was all ugly, and I said, I see what this is.
I see brothers walking around with other women, other than the African woman. Even in the conscious community, I see fake-ass revolutionaries coming up with excuses for why they can deal with non-African women. Well, she's Chinese, and she's Cablinasian, and she's this, and she's that, and she's the indigenous woman of the earth. You full of shit, nigga. You don't understand. But I'm going to be honest with you. If I was in charge, the NFL and NBA would be shut down. Because the only people I see benefiting from black men going to the NFL and the NBA It's ugly ass white women. That's the only thing. I don't understand you. Not only are you dating non-African women, you don't even date the cute ones. You get the ugliest ass white woman you can find. Nasty as hell looking.
But it's time for one of us, when we get into a fight with one of these police, to take that damn weapon and blow its goddamn brains out. And I say that in honor of every black man, woman, and child who have been beaten or murdered by police. It's that time, Miss Blue. But it's time for one of us, when we get into a fight with one of these police, to take that damn weapon and blow its goddamn brains out. And I say that in honor of every black man, woman, and child who have been beaten or murdered by police. It's that time, Miss Blue.
President Obama talking about we need to build a better relationship with the police. How can black people build a relationship with the exact same entity that has been designed to oppress them and deny them their rights? The purpose of the police is to intimidate the oppressed against seeking justice. That's why the police are there. You can't build no relationship with the police. That's like asking a woman who's been raped to build a relationship with her rapist, or somebody who's been stolen from to build a relationship with the thief. That is crazy. You never saw nobody ask the European Jews to build a relationship with the Nazis, but they want black people to build a relationship with the police. And we said we're not doing that. We unapologetically African. We're going to stand up for what's right. And no Uncle Tom bootlicking Negro is going to make us take the line of least resistance, because that's gotten us nowhere in 50 years.
I know y'all got a lot more to give me than some $250,000. When Darren Wilson killed Michael Brown, white folks gave him $300,000 in 3 weeks for his defense. And Dr. Umar Johnson is trying to build a state-of-the-art school for black boys that y'all all know I need. And after 6 months, I only got $250,000. Trifling ass black people. I'm going to call it like I say it. And I don't care if you get offended. We can handle that outside. We trifling. I should have been had that $2 million. I should have had that $2 million 30 days after I started the fundraiser on May the 20th. It don't make no sense. But y'all sure call me up when the school's messing with your son. Did you make a donation to my school? Not yet. Bye. Click. That's the new Umar. You want some help with your son? Did I get a donation? No, I want to hear that. Mail the donation, then you call me back, and then I'll help you with your son. But you're not going to use me to fight white folks when your son shouldn't even have to put up with them in the first place. We also want to teach our children African spirituality. African spirituality. It's not a religious school. We're not into that. I don't want the kids coming back home to you because you're part of the problem. You got Willie Lynch all in your system. White Jesus on the wall, teaching your kids to be multicultural, daughter looking like Beyonce, a head full of blonde ass weed. What the hell I want her coming back home to you for? She stay with me and the boys stay with me in the dorms.
Date rape in college is a big problem. Date rape in college because our daughters love being alone with men they don't know with they hot asses. Our daughters love being alone with men they don't know after the frat party with they hot asses, and it'll change your life.
I don't hate nobody. You understand? And as a therapist, I do therapy with homosexual males all the time. Notes to many. I get emails, text messages, phone calls, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram inboxes from gay black men and women all the time, asking if they could talk to me on a one-on-one, that they appreciate the fact that although I disagree with their lifestyle, I can still empathize with them as a human being. As I said, I've done therapy with homosexual black boys, and I will continue to do so because homosexual black men have one of the highest suicide rates in this country.
That they do.
You understand? And I don't want no black man killing themselves, whether they're gay or not. I don't want no black female hurting herself, whether they're gay or not. So I can disagree with the behavior and still love my brother or my sister. They still my brothers and my sisters. And if I can do something for them, I'm going to do something for them, but I still reserve the right to stand on my principles. I love all black people regardless of their illness. Yes, I'm against homosexuality, but I'm not against the person who practices it, because all black homosexuality, lesbianism, transvestism, bisexualism comes out of trauma and abuse and dysfunctionality. How can I hate a victim?
My heart bleeds love. My heart bleeds love.
So you know what I do when I go into the schools? Got you. You know what I do when I go into the schools and talk about sexually transmitted diseases, and I'll put the pictures up. When I'm done, they don't want sex no more. Homo, hetero, nothing. I'll put a picture of gonorrhea up there. I say that's breakfast. Syphilis, that's lunch. Herpes, that's dinner. AIDS, that's, oh, they be turning in. Oh my God, turn it off, Mr. John. Oh no, you're gonna open your eyes. You gotta make them feel that. You see? And they come back. Mr. Johnson, I was cool all summer, dog. Every time I wanted a cookie, I saw a herpes. Damn! Yeah. They got a group in Maryland, group of children who want to play grown. Your teenagers, they out there dating, and bring them here and give them to me, and let me bring my overhead and let me show them some pictures. Okay? We are in all that. They'd be wanting to give up on that. Okay? Low self-esteem for the girl.
Girls who are molested go on to develop fetish personality disorder. Fetish personality disorder. This is my disorder. I made it up. Thought. We all know what a thought is. That hole over there. Fetish personality behavior. A lot of black girls and black women suffer from fetish personality disorder. Get control of your fetish personality. Get control of your fetish. Get control of your fetish personality. Get control of your fetish.
You don't even know him. You don't even know this man. You enticing him, touching his genitalia, allowing him to touch your genitalia, kissing you on the neck, getting undressed. If you know you're not having sex, why y'all in the bedroom?
Black women, this is why I tell black, don't play around with sex on the date if you're not giving none up. Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
A couple years ago, you were raising money for your school. I believe that one of the goals, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, was between $2 million and $4 million. Mm-hmm. So this is a three-part question. A is, what's the status of your school? B is, how much money did you raise? And C is, where's that money now?
So now what we're doing with the money we've raised, which is approximately $700,000.
As of today,
Okay. Is we're going to get a regular day school. Okay. We're going to start with a regular day school and expand and grow into the residential academy. You got to crawl before you can walk.
Now, where is that money sitting right
It's in
now?
a bank account called Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
Okay.
When can my viewers, my listeners, and your supporters be expecting your school? What year? What's the time frame?
Okay.
If you had,
Again, another question that I've answered.
yep.
50
I know you said in August of 2018. If not August in 2018, the following year, 2019.
You already have your answer.
Right. So, what are the chances you're going to get that though? Have your own school by those in the next couple of years? Is 100 like is 100%, 90%? Okay.
That the school will be up on August 2019.
Okay.
And if there was a delay, and I don't see why there should be, then so be it. No one who supports me and my work would care about that at all.
But eventually, you do want the school, whether it is in 2 years or it's 5 years.
Well, if I didn't want the school soon,
brother, can we put your mic up this? I'm sorry.
if I
Continue.
didn't want the school soon, I wouldn't have a date for it already.
Okay.
Okay? So I think that's the answer to that question is self-explanatory.
I'm getting sick and tired of getting texts on my cell phone for black folk talking about I've donated, like they done. You gave me $25 damn and you think you free now. We got to raise $2 million. Your ass ain't done. I better get some more and some more and some more and some more until we hit the goal, brothers and sisters. That's the way we're going to have to do this.
They said I was stealing school money. How the hell you stealing school money when the name of the account is the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy? Y'all know what happened last year, right? What happened last year? Last year, GoFundMe froze my account. GoFundMe froze my account because two hating ass Negroes called them and told them that this was a front and I was spending the money on myself. Y'all remember there was a day or two where you couldn't donate? Do y'all remember that? That's because a group of black people, jealous, Negroes. I'm not even going to call their name because when I see them two on the street, I don't think it's going to be peace. You understand? Me and Sonetta and Simon, we can have a conversation. But them two, and one of them from Philly. I don't know what's going to happen when I see him on the street. Some reason I ain't ran into him yet, but divine order going to bring us together, and I can't say what's going to happen because he has went too far for too long. So anyway.
And I might as well say, Mukasa Africa out of Philly, when I see you, I'm going to whip your ass. And Arthur Roston out of Detroit, when I see him, I'm going to whip his ass. Those are two people, if I ever cross paths with them, all due respect, not push by, all due respect, we're going to have a problem. Because those two brothers, more than anyone else, are responsible for this whole thing. They don't even have to be in it no more. Because what they have created has taken on a life of its own, and it is moving on its own. But I pray for the day that I run into Mukasa Africa. I pray for it. To earn that credential, and then to have black people question you all day long. I mean, brother, they was calling the 3 universities I graduated from, they were calling me on the phone saying, Dr. Johnson, what's going on? Why are we getting hundreds of phone calls a day from black people? I mean, just harassing these white folks, harassing them. So to some degree, although I know I was on the FBI's radar, obviously, my people helped put the spotlight on me for the government to come down with the steamroller. And that's what hurts me so much. They called them so much, wrote so many letters. The reason why is GoFundMe about to suspend my account. Black people. There's one woman on YouTube, she goes by the name of Afro Spendali or something. I just found out yesterday she's a licensed marriage and family therapist. She's not a psychologist. They are not the same. But she's a licensed marriage and family therapist. She has a whole YouTube page. This woman doesn't show her face. I don't know who she is. I never met her. She has a whole YouTube page dedicated to tearing me down. There's a Umar Johnson is a fraud page on Facebook that the 2 leading haters of this campaign put out there. And the problem is my supporters are quiet and the detractors are aggressive. So if you're standing on the sideline watching this, you might get the inaccurate assumption that he has far more people who are against him than are for him. Not true. We didn't raise $700,000. Okay, I didn't become the most requested black scholar in the world without having ever been on Oprah's couch. If people don't like you, people absolutely love Dr. Umar Johnson. But the problem is my supporters are very quiet, mature people, as they should be. The detractors are immature, loudmouth, snobbish type of people. And because tearing down someone like a Dr. Umar Johnson takes effort, they are constantly at it. This campaign has gone through years. Started right around the time I started the fundraiser to destroy me because my enemies didn't want to see me bring a school for our children. So in attacking me, they're actually attacking the future of our children as well. And it's sad that this has happened, but they finally got their wish because after 3 years of tearing me down, after 3 years of writing to the IRS, 3 years of writing to GoFundMe, 3 years of writing to the State Board of Psychology, GoFundMe is about to suspend the campaign in 2 days. I have a hearing on January 8th in the state capital of Pennsylvania. IRS is currently auditing me now. And I just ask everybody to keep me in their prayers as strong as I possibly can. I'm going to continue to keep the fight going, but the most demoralizing aspect of this is this wasn't done by white people. It's being done by black people. Boyce Watkins, I have to put his name out there. I did about 3 or 4 or 5 shows on what was I doing with the school money, introducing doubt into the minds of people who didn't have doubt that I may have been stealing the money. I mean, and I can go on and on and on with people who played games with my livelihood and my career and my mission. And now it has come to naught because I'm at a place now where I have the IRS closing in on me, the FBI closing in on me, the state of Pennsylvania Board of Psychology closing in on me, GoFundMe's about to suspend the campaign. And again, white folks didn't have to do any of this. My own people did it.
Tan me hide when I'm dead, Fred. Tan me hide when I'm dead. So we tanned his hide when he died, Clyde, and that's it hanging on the shed all together now. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Tan me hide when I'm dead, Fred. Tan me hide when I'm dead. So we tanned his hide when he died, Clyde, and that's it hanging on the shed all together now. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down.